So to provide a little bit of background to what is happening right now, I think it's really important to talk about this situation because some could argue that this is the epicenter of where a lot of this Goonergate 2 or whatever you want to call it began. Pirate Nation on X said, Visa Japan's CEO says disabling card payments for legal adult content is necessary to protect the brand. And this was in 2024 when this article ran. And I did a little bit of deep dive on it just to find any more information on it. It was basically just, that's the long and the short of it. For some reason, Reddit removed the post, but it is still up on automation. And I did a quick read through on it. And it's basically the same situation that we're seeing right now happen to Steam was already happening with manga back then. And people were speaking out about it. Savvy was one of the people talking about it back then. Many people made videos about this saying this is a concern. This is the problem. I spoke about it in live streams back then as well, saying, yikes, I don't like the direction that this is going. And now we find ourselves, fast forward to present day, where we are seeing people cover this. And it's now coming to the video game realm. Jay Viper on X. Why does Collective Shout have so many people that worked in the Australian government or public sector roles funded by the Australian government? Kate Hulusi, Secretary, Senior Management, Public Sector. Luis Juracek, Treasurer, Australian Government. Alexa Gorman, Director, coached individuals in government-linked sectors, also worked in the public sector. Lorinda Babb, Director, background in management and law, including work in statutory schemes, often government-administered regulatory frameworks in Australia, has worked in advocacy with the government and would have ties with people in the government. Nothing says grassroots more than direct governmental ties. And yes, feminism, because that is going to be at the core of all of this. Heading over to Madam Savvy, which Madam Savvy has been doing the Lord's work when it comes to researching the background of the situation, because the more you find out about who these people are, the more you're like, yep, makes sense. They couldn't possibly have this kind of control, power, and attention just being a bunch of random people. Of course, there are ties. She says, here we have former DC mayor, advisor, and current NCOS loser claiming Collective Shout does good work, harassing bakeries over innocent jokes, shaming lip gloss companies, bitching endlessly about perfume ads, and worst of all, lying about mature games being marketed to 12-year-olds, which again is not happening, has never happened, and will never happen. This is a fake problem they're trying to create to grift off of. Not so different from consultancy groups that we saw rise to prominence during the pandemic. Isn't making the world a better place. They misgendered me, called me a man for speaking out, which was true and kind of funny. And this is tongue-in-cheek because she doesn't take offense to it. She's pointing out their hypocrisy, to be clear about this. Melinda threatened to sue a woman for calling her out and demanded money without formal serve. They chase fiction for what pulling games from Steam doesn't stop. They chase fiction for what? Pulling games from Steam doesn't stop them from being made or sold. None of you can think. None of you do this for anything other than getting off on power. And here we have Haley McNamara, Senior VP, Strategic Initiatives and Programs at NCOS, former DC Mayor, Advisory Committee on Child Abuse, MA from JHU. Views equal mine. I'm surprised that there's not a she, her, or they, them on that. EndSexualExploitation.org. Yeah, I'm sure that's not a grift. Yeah, I bet she really cares about that based off of what she's promoting here. Totally cares about protecting people. Right. This is Coralie Allison reposting Haley. Collective Shout is amazing. Truly grateful. You are making the world a better place. And here we have what Savvy was talking about with the bakery. Brumby's pulls best buns in town's staff t-shirts after employee complaints. Sexualized slogans on staff uniforms leave young employees vulnerable to sexual harassment. What? Like, really? This is the world they want to create, where everyone's just offended or worried about anything that happens ever? It's literally bread. It's a bakery. It's a play on words. Why do lefties never understand humor? Some thoughts on being threatened with defamation. Oh, I know all about that, and I actually do, because I'm being sued by someone for that. By Melinda Tankard-Reist. Well, here's the thing. I've been challenging MGR for a couple of years on the drum, at Online Opinion, and on my blog. Not once has she debated, denied, argued, contested the points I've made to her about the position from which she speaks. Oh my God, I'm already just over this person. But don't worry, because we have more. Savvy says, we're not done. It's been a joy going through 7 books and finding others who have already declared Collective Shout's founder, Melinda, a crackpot of insanity. Turns out she is actually anti-LGBT, shocker, right? And anti-expression, admonishing sexual reassignment surgery as a byproduct of the porno industry, which, what? As well as being anti-vax and making wild claims that porn promotes the pharma industry. What? Regardless of how you personally feel about that subject, we know the people currently defending and eyeing to have on their podcasts care very deeply about that. And the fact that leftists in the space are defending an anti-abortion, anti-LGBT, anti-free expression, and anti-women's choice group is amazing. This is what's so incredible about it. We have activists in the gaming industry. Khalif Adams comes to mind with some of his posts that are now deleted, where he was begging them to come on his podcast to try to own the chuds, not realizing that this person stands against everything that he's trying to push. For anyone on the right defending it, you dummies experienced debanking from 2019 to 2023. What the hell do you think this will lead to? The footnote into this sentence admonishes sexual reassignment procedures as a byproduct of the porno industry. Wait, what? What? So then we have Savvy going on, and she's even made a video on this, which I will go over a little bit here. I'm not going to watch the whole thing, but I want to cover part of this just to hear her initial thoughts on the situation. So let's hear it from Savvy on exposing Collective Shout.
You can't fight a war without first understanding your enemy. And in this video, I will be laying Collective Shout bare for all to see, showing you all their words, their beliefs, and their history. In the last 48 hours, I have been labeled a man by them for daring to speak out. Since then, they have done nothing but continue to use harsh language to try to make a point.
Yeah, also, notice how Savvy's made a point to call them out on that. She's seeing if they're going to walk it back and say, oh, sorry about it. They have not acknowledged it or said anything about it. And she keeps pointing that out hysterically. Like, the hypocrisy is crazy.
Everyone questioning them porn addicts, pedophiles, or worse, all while presenting all anime as childlike to gear up for their next major crusade. They never once engage with a single woman who speaks out against them and seem to prefer to silence them. We start this with their website, a brief overview.
Which, oh, by the way, the thing that kills me about this is they're like, oh, it's going after the kids. It's going after the kids. How? How? Because a cartoon character that is you need a credit card to activate, order, purchase on Grok for $30 a month. A kid is going to have access to and utilize. What?
Review. They claim to be against the sexualization and exploitation of women and girls, but their focus lies in controlling businesses, walking a fine line between attacking women directly while shaming businesses for selling products that women refuse to stop buying. They've taken glory in targeting Grand Theft Auto back in 2015. They targeted Detroit Become Human, Sword Art Online, and other games in anime. But they did a lot more than just that. Halloween costume is a bit too sexy. They want it gone.
These are the worst people on the planet, ruining anyone. And these are the fun police. That's what it is. Anytime there's something fun, it's like, nope, not okay. Not okay. We need to get rid of that.
Wine bar getting a little saucy with an ad? Banned.
Can't have that.
Bookstore selling raunchy works of fiction, mostly by women for women? Bad. Playboy raising money for breast cancer charities? Hella bad.
What?
Bakery using a cheeky slogan that is fun? Oh, this is hell on earth for these people. Lip gloss companies associating with the
Revolution Beauty porn-themed lip gloss ads were removed from social media after our supporters objected. What? What? These are the same women that, if they're straight, complain, why don't men want to be around me?
sensual themes.
This is why they're feminists, because they only care about girl power.
The devil might as well be gazing right at you. They even present a full-grown woman as a tween or girl instead of the woman that she is in order to shame a clothing company for such imagery.
So they have no idea what the age of the person is. And they're saying, because she looks younger, that means she's underage. She doesn't even look young. I don't... Again, what? There's a lot of reaches going on here.
They have a treasure trove of misrepresentations and claims of sending angry emails, but I can't find a single mention of actually helping rape or abuse.
This is, by the way, Noctan, a great point. Do they understand why lipstick was invented? I mean, let's what are we gonna split hairs here? Like, obviously there's a reason why girls want to look good for the guy, right?
Victims. Who is Melinda Tankard Reese?
I would imagine a completely screwed up feminist that had a very broken upbringing to hate men. I would imagine.
Founder of Collective Shout. A woman with a journalism degree who somehow ended up as a bioethics advisor for a senator. Melinda is actually...
Wait, what? A journalism degree? First off, get rid of journalism degrees because nothing good comes from those anymore. That is a lost... That ship has sailed. It's not happening. True journalism comes from passionate people wanting the truth, not going to school for journalism. That's been proven time and time again. Secondly, right here is proving it again. A bioethics advisor. What? There's so many whats here. I'm confused.
Actually hated among feminists because she seems to not understand the word. A misandrist in her presentation and actions, she is both deeply pro-life and pro-woman by claim, however has no issue banning things women actually want and do. Born in 1963, she's a 61-year-old and is dedicating her golden years to fighting fiction instead of...
She's 61 years old? This is definitely an old photo of her. This is probably from 25 years ago. That's crazy.
Born in 1963, she's a 61-year-old and is dedicating her golden years to fighting fiction instead of spending time with her family. Not even a year after getting hired for some position she isn't qualified for, the senator she worked for was able to pull abortion pills from Australia and developing nations that Australia had its claws in, denying women safe abortion options even in the face of rape or incest.
These people, there's a special place in hell for them. These are the worst of the worst people. You think it's the people breaking the laws, but no, you know who it is? It's the people that are making the laws to bend to what they want them to be, so that the evil things they push forward are not illegal. Those are the people you got to worry about. But anyways, I will share this in the description below or with you guys, and we can, continue it another night. This is a very long video. It's a banger video that goes into much, much deeper diving into what I'm talking about right now. Savvy is going to blow up over this because she is doing a great job with all of it, and I can't thank her enough for her efforts and restoring some faith in humanity that not all women are lost. Women can be based and women can be amazing if they don't just push women forward all the time and say men are horrible and we need to push them down and we don't need men or all men are enemies, all those kind of things. No, I'm cool with the women that understand that reality is a balance, and it's important to understand that we all contribute important things to society. But I'll leave that there.